All right, what is up? In this video, I wanted to go over exercise substitution. So everyone that trains in a gym has faced this issue where they have a perfect program laid out on paper, but when they go to train, everything is taken when they walk into the gym. Now, in your program design, everything I've designed for you is very intentional and you're gonna get the best results if you follow it exactly to a T like I have laid out for you. And in most cases, I would recommend that you wait for the equipment for the exercise I'm asking you to do. But in some cases, it doesn't make sense to wait around for an hour for somebody to get off the cable rack. So this is one of the things that I want you to get more proficient at. Let's kind of go over some logic and ways to think about substitution. The more comfortable that you get with different exercises, the more that you can be like, oh, I see. So if I did a rear delt row and I couldn't use the rowing platform with the cable set up with the foot position, maybe I could use a rope and do like a pull apart here. Or maybe I could do like a rear delt fly with a cable. So you're like, okay, she wants me to train rear delts, but she wants me to train it in the shortened position. So between a fly and between like a pull apart, what would be a better option? Probably a pull apart, right? Because it's like a similar movement pattern. Same goes for something like a lateral raise. So let's say I programmed for you a cable lateral raise. So the idea with this is that we'd have constant tension throughout, so it's harder the whole time. Now with dumbbells, you realize, okay, it's really hard at the top, but it's really easy at the bottom. So you're like, okay, she wants it to be harder throughout. How could I change this to make it harder throughout, even though I can't use the cable machine it's taken? You could use dumbbells, and instead of letting yourself come all the way down, you could just come partially down so that you're still keeping tension the whole time and coming up. So as you progress and in our work together, I want you to ask me questions, or if you have theories like, could I swap this for this? Would this be a good swap? Then we can start to learn like, okay, this is how I modify things. This is how I adapt, right? Because it's important to be adaptable in the gym, adaptable in life in general. And I want you to kind of learn the basis of these movement patterns and know that there's not one perfect exercise to getting to your goals, but if you hired me, I'm gonna get pretty damn close in terms of your program design. So if I programmed you a bent knee RDL that was banded and you just couldn't find anywhere to set up your band, you couldn't get a squat rack, then you just needed to do bent knee with no resistance. That would be an acceptable swap, right? If you wanted to do hip thrust on the Smith machine versus with a barbell, that's an acceptable swap, right? So I kind of want you to learn these substitutions over time to make things work for you and also for you to feel like what feels best for your body and to be smart about knowing what you're trying to train and then training it intentionally. So these things will come over time. You will have to make substitutions at some point, but we want to be smart. Just, be really inquisitive and ask me questions and try to follow the program the best you can. But if you need to make substitutions, I'm really happy to help you learn and to kind of figure out what substitutions make the most sense in terms of what we were trying to go after with that exercise in this specific program. And like always, if this video was helpful for those of you that aren't my clients, like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to know more. And for those of you who are my clients, you can always message me.